role.
So this was the moment President Akufo-Addo's personal bodyguard collapsed during the State of the Union address at Parliament today.
The Attorney General has now been completed. Mr. Speaker,
So for this particular video, a bit too John, there's been a lot of concerns because you all know that after the December 7th elections, the New Patriotic Party lost, and also aside from that, to Akufo-Addo, President Akufo-Addo, this is his last term in office, which will be ending in 4 days' time. That's January 7th, 2025. So he was delivering his final State of the Nation's address, and then whilst he was on it, what we realized was that the bodyguard Ojanichi, unfortunately, he collapsed. Now, if you watch the video closely, you will realize at a point in time, he was not really stable. He was as what done and it is a branch and say collapse here and the good news is one collapse and be collapse be nima. Send a white tinting and president so I ash from na podium so ash for any in him DBC, but he collapsed backwards, which means Akufo-Addo it drew no use now no yet. But we have details on this particular person who apparently collapsed. Edinya Beka and Sassia as a friend or Colonel Amponsa. Now, what we are learning is that this particular person is the personal bodyguard, the personal bodyguard of the President Akufo-Addo. The full name Colonel Isaac Amponsa. It is a security guard. He used a 10B man, a friend ADC, that's aide de camp to President Anana Addo Akufo-Addo. And one thing, new details are urban is that this man has only been serving since last year, February 2023. Because before then, Nipa or the personal bodyguard to the president, General Bismarck Onuna, but then he was transferred to the army headquarters as a commander of the training and doctrine command at the Ghana Armed Forces. So Nipa will be placed, and a year, Colonel Isaac Amponsa. And currently, in 70 CEO we are learning quickly, the Ghana medics together with aides are no more around. They, as you saw in the video, they rushed to support him and also take him out of the yard. Saying they've rushed him to hospital. We are learning that he is fine. So this is exactly what is really going on. And also in the president's address, he did mention of a whole lot of things. One of them was how Ghana Force stopped him from tackling Galamsey, because of I said it's his first turn and he was really bent on fighting Galamsey. But one thing he did saw was that after the 2020 election, he lost a lot of seats in parliament, and the concerns were Akufo-Addo, Ebae, and Obesenko Fujuma, and Galamsey. So basically, he was like hand tied, and because of that, so now I would say. I said, but regardless, the Obekenbia, his tenure has already ended. You could see some of the messages of the Twitter. We come back, we continue.
Mr. Speaker, in my inaugural speech at my swearing in my first term on 7th January 2017, and early on in that term, I made a public commitment to tackle Galamsey, the phenomenon that had been ravaging our environment and destroying our lands and water bodies in the pursuit of mining our gold. I knew and was very much aware that fighting Galamsey was not a universally popular position for a president to take. But I felt strongly enough about the need to protect our environment to say I was prepared to put my presidency on the line in the defense of our lands and water bodies. And indeed, Mr. Speaker, the fight against Galamsey led directly to the loss by my party of several parliamentary seats in the 2020 elections. and to the makeup of this 8th Parliament, which affected the implementation of my policy agenda and impacted the second term of my presidency. I welcome the many loud converts to the fight against Galamsey that suddenly appeared in the run-up to the 2024 elections. And I pray that more and more of us get to embrace the need for the protection of our lands and water bodies. As I have stated on numerous occasions, the fight against Galamsey is not a fight against mining or the extraction of the gold the Almighty has so generously endowed us with. But we owe it to future generations of Ghanaians to extract our minerals in a manner that protects our lands and water bodies. I'm happy to be able to say that we have implemented some of the boldest and most progressive policies in the mining, forestry, and land sectors. As a result of these policies, we overtook South Africa as the leading producer of gold on the continent and have consistently increased gold production to reach an unprecedented 4 million ounces last year. Not only have we revamped dormant mines like the Obuasi and Bibiani mines, we have also worked to deliver the Cardinal Namdi mine, the first large-scale mine in northern Ghana, and the first greenfield gold mines in our country in more than a decade, with the ongoing construction of new mines in Ahafo by Newmont and Upper West by Azuma Resources. To add value to these volumes of minerals, we have constructed, through a public-private partnership, a 400-kilogram capacity gold refinery here in our country. We have also concluded discussions with the parent company of Ghana Manganese Company Limited for the construction of a $450 million United States dollars manganese refinery at Nsuta. Mr. Speaker, as I prepare to leave office on 7th January 2025, I do so with immense gratitude for the trust and confidence the people of Ghana has placed in me over the last 8 years. It has been the highest privilege of my life to serve as president of this great nation. I've done so with an unwavering commitment, boundless energy, and a deep love for Ghana, always guided by the belief that our nation's best years lie. Together we have weathered storms, celebrated victories, and laid the foundation for a brighter, more prosperous future. Reflecting on this journey, I'm filled with pride for what we have accomplished, from the transformative policies in education and healthcare, to the strides in agriculture, digitalization, energy, governance, infrastructure, industry, and trade. These achievements are not mine alone. They also belong to every Ghanaian who has contributed to the collective effort of nation building. We've demonstrated that through unity, resilience, and determination, we can overcome even the greatest challenges. I'm confident that the progress we have made will inspire future generations to dream bigger, aim higher, and achieve more for our beloved Ghana. Mr. Speaker, as I take my final vow, I do so in the certain knowledge that our nation will go from strength to strength, and that freedom and justice has taken hold forever in our body politic. Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to hand over a Ghana that is safe, secure, united, and firmly rooted in her attachment to democratic principles and respect for the rule of law. A nation that continues to shine as a beacon of peace and stability in an often troubled Africa and an uncertain world. I leave behind a Ghana that is thriving, one that has navigated significant global challenges with remarkable tenacity, whose economy is steadily rebounding, and whose institutions are operating effectively. It's a Ghana empowered with opportunities to channel the energies into meaningful and productive endeavors, where the arts are beginning to flourish, and where the elderly can grow old in safety and dignity, and continue to make meaningful contributions to society. I leave behind, Mr. Speaker, a Ghana that is working. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I thank you for your attention.